Hey guys, Billy from Blue Sky. I'm one of the mechanics here, and I want to tell you about tire inflation. So we've had a lot of bikes come in, and people think they have flat tires, but in a lot of cases, it's just been the tires hadn't been pumped up high enough. So the first trick to knowing if your tires are pumped up high enough: one, if you can pinch it and the tire moves like that, you need to have more air in there. Now let's say you're fishing your bike out of your garage and it's completely flat, and you think, oh, my tube must be flat, there must be a hole. First thing I'd suggest is try pumping up the tire. So before you try pumping up the tire, you want to take a look on the side of the tire. It's going to say somewhere how much PSI it gets pumped up to. For example, and sometimes it's in really difficult to read writing, this one says right here, and you probably can't see it, that it says to inflate to 85 to 115 PSI. So you're going to take your pump, preferably one with a gauge like this, and you're going to start pumping up. You attach on there. So as you start pumping, for example, when you look at the gauge, you can see that it's just jumping up, it's not immediately going back down, and it's just steadily climbing. If your bike has a flat, if the tube is actually flat, one of two things is going to happen. One, while you're pumping that up, the gauge is immediately going to go and no air is going to enter the tube. Or two, after you pump it up, in about an hour, the tube's going to be completely flat again. If you pump it up and it's holding air just like this one, nice and steady, and you wait about an hour and it's still very full, then you're probably good to go. The other suggestion I have to help reduce risk of flats is make sure that every time you go out and ride, you check your tire pressure. So if you're going out once a week, make sure every time you ride, you're going to pump up the tires to the recommended tire pressure on here. That way you have less risk of pinch flats, less risk of any kind of tube popping out, and you're going to have a much more enjoyable, less rolling resistance ride, and it's going to be really a good time, and you don't have to worry about getting the flats as much. But if you have any other questions, feel free to come on down to Blue Sky and I can help you out.